All right, good morning, guys. You know, Rob, I don't think it's ever been said on the channel before, and I think it's very valid. Buy and sell everything. So this morning we got a Nasdaq that's pretty flat, which I think is to be expected. A little bit of green, a little bit more red. Something unexpected, I guess, a little bit was Friday we had MDCO, which has really just kind of been on this little mini tear here. Start kind of poking its head higher here, just a little bit. We'll see if it's going to lead to something larger, but appears to be kind of an upward trending little something going on, which could fudge the situation up a little bit. You can see the high volume candles coming back as of Friday. Them wanting to get their piece in. So 49, 49.07, 49.20, 49.47. So they're just kind of inching it higher. Really hard to even draw on a trend line. It kind of lies within the thickness of the trend line. Actually, if you look at the NASDAQ today, if it goes down just a little bit and doesn't go past the high of the overnight session, because this is the futures here, kind of have a little bit of a rounding top going on, and also this. Well, you'll see that you have that trend line there. You also have this trend line here. Looks like it's starting to get violated now. The full candles are beneath it, so you know, difficult market situation. Again, you don't got to trade all market situations, to be honest with you. Talked about that last week. You don't. Starbucks on Friday with another large selling candle. Right there. Yes, Ethan. Oh, hi. How's your hurricane this morning, Ethan?
That you saw?
Saw what? The hurricane? All right, never mind.
That you saw?
You're looking at something else. Well, I heard you because you started opening and closing the door loudly. All right, let's go up to the global watch list. Let's take a look at Overstock, down 13%. Wow, none of those days ended up green, did they? They did not. UGAZ continues to come down. And actually, in a fairly orderly fashion. I think this could present us with a viable base in the future. We'll see how things go there, but not too bad. Funko blasting through levels. That's never a good sign. Take-Two Interactive. Momo a little lower. MJ new lows. New lows for MJ. That's not encouraging. Roku bounced 3%. Man, that Friday sell-off on Roku, that was crazy. That could be capitulation. That could be capitulation in Roku. I mean, I don't know if I want to touch it with a 20-foot pole, but that's a lot of... See this red volume candle, Ethan? Is that what you're looking at? The crazy thing? See that? It's a big red candle, huh? Yeah, it's pretty big. Hey, what's up, Eli? Say hi to Eli.
Hi, Eli.
Say hi to Rob, too. Rob's here.
Hi, Rob.
What do you think about that red candle?
Good.
Good? Could be good. Could lead to a bounce. No paper folding near the microphone, okay? Yeah, I was thinking about that, the gap fill. Yeah, right there. Right down to there. Yeah, that is a gap fill. Like I'm I mean it's such a high volume situation. I mean, I don't know if Roku's gonna die on some of the other, you know, I mean everyone's got a streaming something. It's not new news that things are putting streaming services on their platform. The question is whether Roku's going to lose market share. It could. It could lose some, but I don't know. Anyway, just a huge volume candle on that one. Last big volume even close was this one on the gap up, which kind of started that run. It was in a downtrend, you can see right there, for about a year. This larger cup and handle for 2018, and huge run. Such a big run doesn't even put in a lower low on the weekly chart. It's still a higher low. So that's pretty interesting right there, but so we're getting a hurricane here in Arizona. That's right, I said it, a hurricane. Granted, it's the tail end of a hurricane. It's not a hurricane anymore, but it used to be a hurricane. So close enough. Man, I've got a lot of IBD windows open in my stocks thing. All right, so let's go check out. Is that the big picture today? Let's check out the big picture. This is for Friday. We don't have one today. 3 distribution days on the NASDAQ, 3 distribution days on the S&P. Friday was a distribution day. Let's take a look at the headlines. Here's what MJ stocks must do to sell pot from Colombia. I don't know if that article isn't that interesting. Well, thanks, Ethan. All right. Let's go check out the IBD. Oops. Oh, here we go. Okay. IBD stock list changes. Let's see the ones that are added to. CRM, Salesforce. Well, that's not a bad chart. I'm not really too mad at that at all. Salesforce, kind of a bellwether for like SaaS stocks. Not a bellwether, but like it's one of the original SaaS stocks, if you will. Tremendous run, obviously, just huge. And putting a nice little basing structure up here, not bad. Base on base on base. Yeah, it could be considered that. I mean, this has come down 17, almost 18%, so a little too deep for a flat base. This definitely would be too deep for a flat base, but could be just a cup. All in Roku. That's right, Eli. All in Roku. One thing I can guarantee in Roku from here is 0.01%. Just go all in and get 0.01%. That's what I can guarantee. See, I've already eclipsed my target there. We got 0.2%. So 0.3%. Yeah. So there we go. My guarantees pay out. Look at that. You'd have already made like 0.567%. It's great. Yeah, I mean, it's such an egregious move in such a short period of time, and that's like such high capitulation volume that I'm not even too mad at a smaller Roku position here. You still have a stop loss probably under recent highs, but I mean, you could get a nice bounce into the 50-day here, but I don't really play those games. I don't think it's worth it. Speaking of which, let's do some cleanup here. Let's take Roku off the list. Court kind of just getting started here. You see the big long base in Court going up to 25, 26. That's a Jesse Stein Superstocks thing, is at 26 ceiling, coming back down and maybe breaking out from this $14 level. Maybe bigger and better things for Court. Not even sure what Court does. Chegg, that's done for now. AMD. D.R. Horton has been non-stop. Look at that past couple of days. Wow. Flying under the radar on us here, but pretty nice volume signatures recently. Ever since this breakout, it's been pretty good. Just continuous run up. Up 12% now. 11.5%. Anik rounding over. Look at this volume today. Wow. A lot of spikes to the downside here. Or I should say wicks to the downside. Starbucks still holding on, but we'll see if that gets interesting or not. And two, I want to clean up this actionable list here a little bit. It looks like gold's on a come up. Disney with a fairly firm head and shoulders pattern right there. That could be good for a short. You've already got an H. Well, there's an H pattern as well. Failure test of the 50-day moving average. And that, yeah, maybe another test of the 50-day, and that's a shorting opportunity. It's a classic IBD shorting opportunity right there on the third. Breach of the 50-day, test of the 50-day, next test of the 50-day is your shorting opportunity. Let's get rid of Lope. Twitter's here. Twitter holding nice. Huya. That breakout on Thursday, just gangbusters, and Friday was nice and sideways. And then today looks like it may be another inside day. That could be a nice situation. Transport's down today. Booking night, yeah. OKE broken out. ZTO broken out. JD looking to break out. Sherman-Williams still going. Actually, not too much to clean up. Our ESNT did pretty good. Great volume. I mean, that is definite breakout volume. There's no doubt about that. Now it's just got to do the rest. So we'll see what happens. This thing has been kind of fairly choppy in the past. I was hoping this base on base pattern on ESNT would lead to further breakouts. So we'll see if that's going to be the case. And give it some time. Market being where it is and how it's behaving. Maybe that's just stagnant. Maybe that'll stagnate. Our buddy MDCO again. A pretty solid list here. Only removing a couple items. I'm going to get rid of this oil play. Keep an eye on UGAZ for a bit because it's just pulling back. That oil is just too choppy. Funco's dead. And Overstock's definitely dead. Okay. So we got rid of a few of them here. Let's go check out this list. So we mentioned CRM with Salesforce. I think this one can go on the list. Microsoft. Man, so strong. PNFP. That one's okay. Looks like a longer basing structure, but I'm not like super sold on it. Not yet. Let's add it to the global watch list. Oh, for PNFP? Maybe. Could be, Rob. I actually didn't notice that. I was looking for an upside breakout, but yeah, it does kind of look like it. It's the biggest distribution pattern in history. KKR. Is that gold? Oh, this one's already broken out. Up about 6 or so %. I believe KKR is gold. Don't take my word on that. That's a big cap 20. Actually, we should look into that. Just to know what it is. Big cap, anything goes on the big cap 20. Should pay attention. It's a good list. Were you scootering in the rain, Ethan? Was it fun? Was it raining? Yeah. There's a song called Singing in the Rain. Have you heard it? No? It's an oldie song. It goes, I don't know if I know how it goes, but you could go, I'm scootering in the rain, just scootering in the rain. That's kind of how the song goes. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah, for a little bit. I don't want your brother watching when he gets up. KKR provides global asset management and capital market transaction services to institutional. Okay, so they're financial, they're not gold. I always like that about you, Rob. Big picture thinker. That's needed. That's a good one. Good skill to have. I'm looking for chart patterns on the decade chart. Show me the decade chart. It's my favorite time frame. Should aggregate a 100-year chart for the Dow Jones. What's the Dow Jones doing? Well, it's looking bullish, guys. It's closing way up here. It opened way down there in 1919. Today it's looking bullish. KKR looking pretty good though. It's arguably just out of a buy. Well, it is just out of a buy point. Oh, rain's picking up, y'all. Oh yeah. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Nice. We were gonna do some Halloween decorations yesterday, and then I saw the weather. It's like, you're gonna get a half-inch of rain tomorrow. I'm like, all right, looks like we're not doing external Halloween decorations. Everything's bullish on the decade chart. I'd say some things are bullish on the yeah. Anyway, that's funny. Oh, that's nice. We don't get rain. I'm mesmerized by the rain. Usually the most water I see is the sprinklers in my front yard going off. I'm like, ooh, what's that? This is actual rain. It's pretty cool. I love rain in Arizona. All right, so this one this is good. I mean, there's nothing wrong. 98 composite rating. EPS of 86. Group relative strength rating is an A minus, so pretty good there for KKR. And loosely out of a buy range, up 6.5%. Let's go. Where's these other ones? There they are. Is that it? No. Where'd my list go? My list went away. Shoot. A new cannabis powerhouse is on the cover of the IBD paper. Oh, that's the one. That's them talking about the Latin America link to cannabis. Okay, I don't know what happened to that article. Alright, getting back to it here. I'm not sure what button I clicked on. Okay, KKR. Next up is Ping. Ping. Recent IPO. Ping Identity Holding Corporation. I don't know what that is, but definitely nothing to be buyable. It's a IPO. So, Eli, you like IPOs? There's Ping for you, buddy. And a lot of them on the stock spotlight. This is their catch-all list. CG, Carlyle Group. Oh, that's interesting. Breakout here above the 25 level. Maybe 26 loosely. That's not too bad. Decent volume on the right side here. DR Horton. Just continuing with good stuff. ESNT. All right, we're familiar with that. Pulling back this morning. Low volume it looks like so far. We'll see how that works out. Most of that volume yesterday came in at the close. Right there on that after-hour candle. But even before then, we were doing pretty good. We did have good volumes on ESNT, so hopefully we're able to bounce back. ServiceNow. Loosely basing here. Sherwin-Williams. Still going. VMC. Past 140. And then that's it. And that's it. So I mean things are okay, but definitely not great. That D.R. Horton stock, man, that's just doing gangbusters right there. About time. Kind of a weird breakout situation over here. I mean, this is like your best breakout day, and it was its second, third, or fourth attempt at the breakout. But did finally get rocking and doing good. See if it'll hit that target I have for this inverted head and shoulders pattern, which is way up here at 61. That's pretty big. We'll see if it can do that. It's doing good the past couple of days, though. Nice volume. All right, so market stagnant and flat. Really kind of surprised MJ is turning lower here. Been fairly aggressively, too, in the past week or so. I wasn't kind of expecting that. I mean, it is what it is, but... And the 10 years turned around. Look at this 10-year chart. I got it over here on CNBC. Way down here, like under 1.5. Bounced up to 2, almost 1.9. So that's arguably almost a half point higher tick in like a week. 9.2 to, so about 10 days. Almost a 0.5% up move in the 10-year. But actually, can I draw on this? I can draw on this. Can I draw a line? Kind of loosely, depending on where you want to draw this particular trend line, coming right up to a longer term trend line and failing. But regardless, they're pretty interesting. Jumping so far so fast, and today to 167. So about half of the run up has come back down. Seems like a pretty volatile. I don't remember bonds being this volatile. Let's go all data on the 10-year just for fun. There we go. Get rid of the trend line there. How do I get rid of it now? None? No, that's not going to work. Anyway. So that's our immediate trend line we had right there. And since 1982, when rates were very high, just this perpetual downtrend. Even, I mean, if you look at these U.S. interest rates, wow, I've never looked at this chart before, I don't think. Not an all chart on the 10-year. If you look at that, that's almost encompassing from that peak. Look at how firm that downtrend is until here recently where we have a little pop up. That's actually... from a guy that draws lines, you've got a shorting opportunity at every touch of that line, and we just undercut the line. I mean, obviously one of these lines down here is going to be, looks like this bottom scale is 0.8% or something like that. But like this is our whole past decade is right. Oh, that's 12. That spike right there is essentially the financial crisis. Doesn't look like much. Interest rates have pretty much just been slow and steady in the same direction. That's crazy. Don't usually think about that. Let's see what the 30-year. Oh, this only goes back to 86, so it doesn't quite go back to the 70s, but a very similar trend. Very similar trend with more room to go lower. And the 30 years actually, well, I guess we had that little bounce right there too, but it's a crazy trend. Anyway, there's interest rates. Just moving tons. Just lots of movement on the interest rate side of things. MDCO 2% down now. Coming back in with a quickness. Not out of the trend there. Looks like it's... That's probably about the trend. And bottom isn't quite perfect yet, but All right, Nasdaq still flat. Still flat here. AMD is getting really tight here. Looks like it's starting to curl just a little bit lower. We did have kind of a trend line thing going on right there. That's that's been breached to the downside a little bit. We'll see how that gets on. So, yeah, gold appears to be coming back a little bit here too. Maybe with the interest rate decline, I'm not sure. But trade definitely still on the table here. All right, guys, I'm going to get going. Not a lot of interesting stuff in the market here today. Market looks like it may start to roll over a little bit as gold looks like it's perking up. And, yeah, maybe gold will continue to see its uptrend and continue. Maybe, maybe not. Volume's still good. Declining on the daily. Curling up here is pretty nice. So, all right, guys, I'm going to get ready for the rain here today. And James is going to want his umbrella, I think, today. That'd be pretty cool. All right, guys, well, have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.